Hi everyone, Clovis here from Kinematic Lab. I just wanted to show you a little R&D I worked on a few days last week. So basically the idea is to make a new brush set to brush any splines. The goal will be to integrate that into my FurGuides Painter tool to make long hairs, but also eventually to keep it as a separate tool to only brush any type of splines. So for the moment it only works on a 2D scenario. So here everything is completely flat on the max grid, but obviously it will work to support full 3D coordinates soon, I hope. So these are multiple attached splines and normalized to have a regular and dense amount of knots. Okay, and here are my brushes, so they are not perfect, some of them must be improved, but I will show you. So let's start with the comb brush. So it will act exactly like a real comb, so all the hairs which are inside the brush will be driven by the comb. So with the shift key you can change the size. Okay, which is cool is that the comb only affects the hair which are inside the brush when you click and then you drag them. Okay, there is a clump brush which does exactly the same but finishes at the same point. So you can clump from the start to the end, or just from the area you need. Okay, and just recomb them properly. Okay, there is a drag brush which takes all the knots inside the brush and moves them. So the tool always try to keep the length of each spline. That's why sometimes it does weird behavior like that. Okay, but this will be corrected at the end. So if you use shift you can change the brush size. On this one, if you use Control, you have another brush inside which is in fact the smooth. So if you don't use it, they will all move the same way, and if you smooth it, it will be smoothed. Okay, there is a pinch and push brush. So if you use the Control key, you can see the push value. So this will push the knots outside the brush. Okay, depending on the value, can be really hard like that. Okay, and if you pinch, it will attract the knots inside the brush. Okay, and there is a curl brush which takes the hair inside the brush and then rotate them around the pivot of the brush. Okay. So of course you can do that with the comb or the clump brush, but not as good as with the curl one. And there is also a length brush, which basically changes the length of the hairs which are inside the brush. Okay. And then a smooth one which does not work perfectly for the moment, as you can see here, but which tends to smooth out the areas that are inside the brush, but not always perfectly, because the tool always tries to keep the length, so sometimes it acts weirdly. And there is two other brushes then, but I would like to show you these options before. So with almost all these brushes you can use the smooth and the gravity option. Okay, so let's try with the smooth and the comb. So if you don't use it, it really follows what the comb does and never changes before the brush. And if you use the smooth, everything will be smoothed, so to look a bit more natural. I think I will add a slider to change the smooth value. Okay, so it does the same with every brushes. Okay, and then the gravity. Acts like a gravity, and there is a X, Y, and Z value here to change the gravity force and axis. So here it goes down Y, but you can make it go on the X axis if you want. Okay, so it goes on the vector you write here. So we can say -2. -1 will be enough. So this will obviously solve all the weird problems we can have, but also will do the gravity everywhere, so sometimes it can destroy a bit what you are trying to do. But that's a fun tool to work with. So this work with everything. So there is a gravity brush which does just the gravity effect on the splines which are inside the brush. So that's great to, well, just correct some areas. Okay, just do the gravity where you need. And I also did a move brush which grabs the splines and move them. Well, it was just for fun. I don't think anybody will use that, but that is just fun if you activate the gravity, for example. You can also use the smooth and the gravity. So this will have the two effects combined to a lot more natural effect. Which is also great. That's it. So I hope you liked it. Feel free to leave a comment, ask any question, if you have any idea for new brushes or application for that, or if you just want to see this tool coming, let me know. Cheers, bye bye.